Hello everybody, good morning, hope you're doing well. I didn't want to use the mic, but they said for the mic thing so they can hear me in the video. I hope you're doing fine. My name is Ramy, I'm a computer science student. I'm not a geek, I mean, a little bit, trying not to be. And today I wanted to talk to you, to tell you something about hackathons, about these experiences that I have been, that I had in the past 3 years. And I wanted you to know more about this. Maybe you will one day participate in one of these, and maybe you will, maybe you will win and got a lot of money. So, as the title said, Hackathons 101, and why you should get to one of these hackathons. Actually, I have been to hackathons around the world, mostly in Northern America and Europe and everything. And the point is to have people from all over the world, people who have different backgrounds, people who are not only smart people or people having computer science students or being computer science students or something. It's the point that we need to have different people, different backgrounds, ready to build something nice and cool. And usually it's a weekend. It's like between 12 hours to 48 hours. Sometimes it goes to 54. It's a lot. And you do not sleep that much. You sleep for 2 or 3 hours a day, which is really intense. But the idea is that people there can share, can have can be in groups, can work on something, and pitch in the end. So if you can start, please, or can I hold the, oh, yeah, go, you can go. So what do all hackathons have in common? As we said, there are many types of hackathons. As the one that she stated, in ISAC, they wanted to, to work a lot during a very small period of time. So they needed to have to make this hackathon. Usually some, in a professional word, in a firm or something, they want to work a lot or they want to have quick results, so they have hackathons. But what do all these hackathons have in common? The first thing is, oh, cool, there's nothing. Oh, cool, nice, okay. So I'm going to ask you this question. What do you think hackathons all have in common? Go ahead. About? Technical fields. Yeah, well actually, we will get back to this. Go ahead. Yes, it's a competition. It's actually a competition. Okay. Hackathons are not only for technical students, are not only to build apps or to build websites and something. It's about you creating something innovative. The word hack, it's not like hack in security stuff. Hacking means innovative, being innovative. And you maybe there's a very famous movie called The Hackers of Silicon Valley, where they stated what Bill Gates did in Microsoft during the 70s. The point, it wasn't really hacking people. It was about being innovative and creating something new. And this is exactly the point of being in a hackathon. It's when people want to build something new, build something innovative, work together, even though they do not know each other. And we will talk about this kind of experience, and I have some really nice stories about that. So, the time limit. Before we go into it's the time limit. Yeah, it's like when you go to a hackathon, they tell you from the beginning, you will have 36 hours. And you should respect that. Sometimes hackathons are, in 24 hours, 48 hours, 36 hours. The point is, they don't want it to be for 4 days or 5 days. You can die if you don't sleep. You need to know the time limit. They tell you, you have 48 hours, and you should finish in those 48 hours. After that, we have the theme. And this is the most exciting thing. Usually, hackathons have themes. What do you mean? Sometimes, people want to organize hackathons, and they want to have solutions or to build things related to one theme. Sometimes it's environment, maybe it's medical things, maybe it has to do with the firm or with the school. So they propose themes because they don't want people to be comparing in very different and very various themes. Well, if we start a hackathon right now, right here, we would have many ideas, many and very different ideas. But we want to judge in the end, or actually to help people be in only one theme. So we should choose one and tell people today we need to have a hackathon about environment, and people will try to build apps, mobile apps, websites, everything around that. Excuse me? Yes, exactly. Build everything, but for the theme. So the point is to be in a very coherent environment so people can actually develop some things together. And the last, the prizes. And this is the most exciting part. Usually in hackathons, the sponsors come and they propose a problem or something like that. And they tell you, if you can find a solution for this one, you can have prizes. And believe me, in Northern America, they take this very seriously. I've been to hackathons where actually people won more than $25,000. Well, it wasn't me, don't worry. I would love to. Yeah, well, I would love to be to win this, and I will tell you after that about the experience. And should you be more focused on winning the hackathon or living the experience, or maybe both, which is ideal, but really rare to happen, because if you want to win, you should be more focused. You will not get a lot of sleep. You will not have to interact with a lot of people, and this is not actually very, very right for some people. But some people are here like just for winning. They just want to win. They just want to try something. Yeah. Yeah, of course. Yeah, usually hackathons people are in like 4 to 5 members. They don't in Northern America. They don't like more than 4 people. They believe in the individual, so they think that even 4 is a lot. But usually in Europe or something, you can get to 5 or 6. In Algeria, you can get even 10. And I do not recommend this, because you can't work while you've been 10 in the same team for like a few days. This is not very exciting. So the prizes are a very important and very motivating for people. I know some people who participate in dozens of hackathons, and they do that only for that. And they're actually people who win. They win hard. Sometimes it's not only about money. Sometimes it's about like if Microsoft is a sponsor, they will give you some accounts, free accounts. If Google is sponsored, they can give you things. If Tinder is sponsored, they can give you some badges for that. And this would be nice. Well, so that's the point, that there are these firms, they want to sponsor. There are some like Google, Apple they never do that. They actually should. Yeah. Yes, this is, we will talk about this later, yeah. Because when they come to hackathons and see so many young talents, people who are ready to build some very interesting stuff in a few hours, of course, they would love to have you as an intern. They would love to have you as maybe a programmer or a designer or a business analyst or something like that. And they love that. And that's the point, because, when they come, for them, it's like when you go to the kitchen and you open the fridge. They can find everything they're looking for. They just need to choose. And sometimes people only go to these places, to hackathons, to show what they can do the best. So they might be hired by one of these biggest firms. I've been to hackathons where Deloitte, do you know Deloitte? Deloitte Digital? It's the biggest firm in consulting, in business and everything. They sponsor like over, like maybe 20 hackathons each year, and it costs a lot of money, but they want to be there. They want to be there, and they want to hire good people, they want to hire talents, so they invest in such events. And that's why a lot of people want to go there, so they can try to get a job over there. So this, we just talked about, let's get back to the subject. We said, what do hackathons have in common? We stated 3 things: a theme, time limit, and prices. All hackathons have that, even though sometimes you can find like very, simple prices, like 100, or you can find sometimes Netflix. When Netflix is a sponsor, they can give you an account for 1 year or something. Well, I did get this kind of, not Netflix, I get something from Spotify. It's cool. Yeah, for Spotify, sometimes you can get like from Shopify, you can get like a 100 thing card, you can buy whatever you want. This is nice as well. So sometimes they really want to encourage you to do this. Yeah, so do you guys now remember what hackathons have in common? Cool. Now we will talk about why you should go. This is a very interesting question, because maybe after this you would want to go to a hackathon.
I already do.
Yeah, maybe you would want to organize one, which is even better, because when I first got to my first hackathon a few years in September 2016, it was in Canada. It was in the University of Waterloo. It was a very big hackathon named Hackathon North. You can look for that. They actually open like right now. You can apply. And it was my first time, and I wasn't quite sure. Yeah. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. Like Hackathon North, they help you. They help you like 80%, 85%. But we can get back to that. So when I wanted to apply, it was my first time. I've never been to a hackathon before. Not even here in Algeria, because we actually did not have real hackathons. People were organizing startup weekends, and it wasn't as I wouldn't say as good as hackathons, but it was a little bit different because it was more about business, about showing off, but not actually building something. You rarely find people who built actually some stuff in startup weekends. So when I was about to apply, there's the rule in hackathons in Northern America. It's called the 30-70 rule percent. It means that in each hackathon, they want to have 30% of first-timers. They want first-timers. They don't want a lot because it's going to be bad because they would not have some really great project. But they want to help people get there because you need to start at what point. So I said, I think I should be on these 30% people. And each year they had like more than 5,000, 6,000. So when you do the math, you find that your chances are pretty hard. But I did. And I was very lucky. And when I got there, it was a revolution for me. When I first saw like more than 1,000 hackers, it was a big hackathon. There were a lot of people. I've seen Microsoft, Google as sponsored. I had so many stickers from Facebook. You know, I do have some stickers. I forgot to bring. Next time I would love to bring some stickers, you know, of the emojis and everything. And that was really something new for me. And when I came back here in Algeria, like it was like only for 1 week or something, I was president of the scientific club and I wanted to do something, a hackathon. And we did, a few months later. We did a hackathon. I really wanted to have this hackathon spirit that we do not have here, not even really in Europe, which is typically American, when they have a lot of Red Bull, you know, like hundreds of bottles, and you can have as many. I remember having like 5 or 6 Red Bull per day. Well, it's a bad one, I'm sorry. But just to tell you that the spirit is sometimes about junk food, about chips, about, you know, this kind of things, about, yeah, very. It's typically American. You don't find this in Europe. I've been to Germany, to Finland, something. You don't find this. But in the United States, you can find like a lot of Red Bull stuff. They give you, please, you can drink. But I'm going to die. It's okay. It's okay. And this was really nice, you know. I wanted to do this here. It was very funny. I wanted to bring like mega pizzas and Red Bull and stuff. Yeah, we didn't have enough money to do that. So I wanted to invite Red Bull as a sponsor. And I talked to a guy there, and he was like, will you be outside giving? No, it will be in a place. No, we're not interested. We want to, you know, the Red Bull guys with their bags and, you know, giving Red Bulls for everyone. And they said, no, but we will have more than 100 person. In a school, we don't care. We want this in the streets. And it was very hard for us to, so we didn't want to bring a lot of Coke, you know. Coca-Cola, you mean, no? Nothing like that. And, yeah. And it wasn't very healthy, you know, for people to drink Coca-Cola for a weekend. So, but we dealt with it. We brought a Reba. It's cool. It's our yeah. And we did as many things. We brought not a lot of hamoud, I guess. We just want people to drink a lot of, you know, these kind of drinks, sodas. And it was fun. It was cool. We had some nice projects. We had some prizes, not very, you know, fancy prizes, but it was okay for people. It was cool. Why should you go? Because you will love it. Simple as that. Networking, you will not find some people. We talked about that. We talked about networking, what's your portfolio, because you will participate in many hackathons and then you will have a portfolio of hackathons. Teamwork, you can learn to work with other people. Communication skills, you can communicate with people like we're doing right here. You can be like really good at that. And confidence, self-confidence. You will be sure about yourself, so next time you can do that. You can organize your own, as I told you in the mailers. Do you need to win a hackathon? Simply no. You just need to be there to feel the experience. Sometimes, you know, you wanted to win, and when you will be able to compete with those people, because when you go to Northern America, you can find people from MIT, Harvard, Stanford, and they are not like people you can easily beat. So that's why you should not think only about winning. You should only think about, yeah, about the experience. And finally, how can you start looking for one? Yeah, we talked a lot. We need to. MLH is Major League Hacking. It's a league that's really nice, like hackathons from all over the world, but mainly in Northern America and Europe. You can go there. You can see all scheduled hackathons for the year and for the season. You can look for the one you like. You can apply. Mainly, it's only in Europe and Canada and the United States. Only in Mexico as well. So you can go there. You can check the hackathons that you love, themes, everything. They have. It's mlh.io. As simple as that. And finally, I think I do have a learn, build, and share.